Hi everyone, I'm Kristen with Empower Yourself Life Coaching. Today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that came up with one of my friends actually, and it had to do with why do bad things happen? Why do we get in situations or things come up and we're like, why did this happen to me? Why did I get into this situation? How did this happen? And I deserve better than this, so why did this happen? And I think we all deal with that question. We all grapple with it. We all try to understand what is this about? And so I had a couple thoughts. I thought it would be great to share because maybe if we can all have a little takeaway from this, it would be excellent. And we would all be able to, maybe get through some of our challenging, difficult situations with maybe just a little bit more ease. So a couple things that I have found that really have helped me have really impacted the way I view challenging situations is by looking at self growth. Now, I know that sounds a little cliche and it can be, but there is a lot of truth to it as well because, I feel like self growth equals self empowerment. So if you can take a situation that you've been through that you were really challenged with, really had a hard time with, and you were able to kind of look at the skills that you needed, if you were able to really look at the abilities that you realized that you had going through that, the things you learned, the anything that you just took away from the situation as far as how to maybe manage situations in a different way in the future, that's really empowering because then if, when things come up going forward, you're able to say, hey, I can handle this. I can do this. Like, I know that I have the abilities. I know I have the skills. I know I can persevere and I know I can manage whatever comes up in my life. And that's huge. I think we all wish we could have more of that and be able to have more of that outlook. So, I would urge you really to look at, what was maybe a challenging situation that you've gone through, and what did you learn from it, for about yourself, for yourself, about life maybe in general, as long as you're kind of looking at it as, okay, what can I take away from this that's going to help me, and apply that going forward, and really take inventory of the things that you recognized about yourself. Maybe if you hadn't gone through a certain situation, you wouldn't be where you are today. You wouldn't be who you are today. And then to be able to recognize, wow, man, look at me. Look at what I've been able to do. That's great. And then to be able to go forward with that, that's even better, so that's a big thing. Self growth, self empowerment, huge, wonderful things to feel that you have in your life. Um, the other thing that I have found that really helps too is looking at it as far as, is this going to like maybe help me in some way? Like obviously when we all go through situations, we feel like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, this is bad, I'm never going to get out of this maybe, or this is going to take a ton of work to get through it, whatever it may be. But then, when you get through it, have other opportunities come up after going through that. If you hadn't gone through that like really challenging situation, would you have been able to meet maybe the people you know today, have opportunities, have other really positive situations come out of that? And oftentimes, I believe at least that when something really challenging happens, usually it's for the better. It's the takeaway, what you can learn about it, and then it's also about what you like. How can you like move forward from that? Like, what other positive opportunities might come from this that you wouldn't have had otherwise? So, that's another thing you could think about just in your own life. How have you been able to move forward? And, if something hadn't happened, would you be where you are today? So, that's another way that I choose to look at it. And then the other way I like to look at it too is appreciation. So I know it sounds like weird, maybe counterproductive to look at it as, what can I appreciate? But I do think that there's a lot in challenging situations you can appreciate. Sorry, that's my phone. Um, what other things can you appreciate? Can you appreciate, that you maybe have people that are supportive around you? Can you maybe just appreciate when someone's, smiles at you or is nice to you? Can you just appreciate like some of the simple things going on in your day? Sometimes those small things, when you're going through something so challenging, so big, can really be a big thing. And and that can make a huge difference in your own life, and a huge difference in, being appreciative for maybe the things that you do have going on around you. And maybe you wouldn't have seen that appreciation, notice that appreciation for these things if you hadn't been going through some difficulties. So I think that's another huge piece of it. And then I think lastly is just looking at the silver lining. Again, I know it maybe it's like, oh yeah, whatever, silver lining, forget it, but really, what can you look at? You might have this whole cloud of doom, but again, looking at what you can appreciate, maybe there is something there that you can say, wow, at least it's going well in this area, in this direction. Maybe there is a glimmer of hope in this way. Maybe, actually the situation did turn around a little bit because of this or because of that, maybe in just a very, very small way, but maybe still it did turn around a little bit. So, those are my thoughts. Those are some of the things that come to mind when I think about when being faced with a challenging, difficult situation, and ways that maybe might just help get through it a little bit easier. So, I'd like to hear from you what kind of things that help you get through difficult, challenging situations, what kind of things work for you. Comment below, post below, so we can all like learn from each other. We could all help each other with this. And, if other people are going through hard times, some of this might be helpful and inspirational to get through whatever, you're getting through. So, that's it for now. If you want to check me out in other places, I'm on Facebook at Empower Yourself Life Coaching. And then my website is empoweryourselflifecoaching.com. So those are some other places you can check me out, and get in contact with me if you'd like. So that's it for now. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.